Man,
Fuck
I tell you
you.
what, I bought a 3 kilo bag of marshmallows. Now, for reference, marshmallows weigh fuck all. So you know how many marshmallows you get in a 3 kilo bag? A lot.
Quite a bit.
And I've just been handfulling them into my mouth. I love marshmallows.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love them. It's like it's
I can
been
get
at least
behind it.
90% of my diet for the past week. Um, what were you saying about the Twin Towers?
Oh yeah, the fucking guy that owns no owned the Twin Towers
Yeah.
took out an insurance. I gotta get the facts up real quick, just so I can get all this right. Um, Twin Towers insurance policy.
Sounds a bit
Now
sketchy to me.
this fucking guy, okay, Larry Silverstein.
That's the guy.
Silverstein has said in the interviews that he spent, yeah, no one cares about this. 3 months before the World Trade Centers were attacked, he took out an insurance policy on terrorism.
No, he didn't. Are you serious?
Now, yeah, to get this right, since both buildings were attacked, he claimed he was
Yeah.
like legible for two payments.
Ah,
He was paid out $4.55 billion.
that's a bit of cheddar. That's a bit of cash.
Now, I'm not saying 9/11 was an inside job, but from
Sounds
what
like
I
it
can
is.
tell,
Yeah.
when a plane crashes into a building, it doesn't implode from the fucking inside.
I mean, 9/11's widely considered an inside job, I think. I think that's like baby's first conspiracy theory, you know?
Yeah, the
Like the
baby's first. A
intro to
book
the
on.
world. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Was he the
Mm.
same guy that evacuated Tower 7 or something? I remember
I'm not
hearing
sure.
something to do with Tower 7. They evacuated it or something. It's not the person to be quoting 9/11 conspiracy theories, but yeah, pretty sketchy stuff.
I'm not good with this stuff off the top of my head, but when I get the facts in front of me, I can tell a pretty good conspiracy theory.
Let's talk about Formula One. Let's talk about
Yeah,
motorsports.
your tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, it's wrapped
Now,
too tight.
just
There's
for
not enough oxygen getting in my brain.
you're effective, you're just lobotomizing yourself.
Yeah, put the whole roll on.
If
All
I rap
right.
it hard enough, they can't get me.
Uh,
They can't get me.
all
Fucking hell.
right. Motorsport podcast. What are we
What
doing?
happened this weekend? We had America. We had
Yeah,
Circuit of the Americas.
yeah, what do you think about that track? I'm honestly not the biggest fan, but I like it. It's not too bad in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the best track. I don't think it's bad though.
It sucks to race in the games though.
Oh, it's fucking I hate racing it. It's so boring.
It's yeah, especially like after sector 1 you've got that oh no, during sector 1 after turn 1 you've got like that serpentine of corners before the first DRS straight. That is
Yeah, yeah.
I never know what gear to take that in F123.
Nah, I don't even know how to drive it. I do not like racing the track, but the
Yeah.
drivers seem to like it a lot.
Oh, have you seen the shot of Leclerc driving around Circuit of the Americas during sunset? Oh man, they have this really
No, I haven't.
beautiful shot of the cars coming over this hill with a flag in the background, and the sun
Mm.
hits it just right when it's setting that it looks majestic, really. And oh, it's yeah, it's a beautiful looking track, but fuck racing it.
Yeah,
Oh well.
but so sprint weekend, I overall thought both races were kind of shit.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
like it.
nothing
Yeah.
happened. There was a couple good overtakes. There was one of Hamilton on. Fuck, I'm gonna get this wrong. It wouldn't have been Russell. It was on the fucking first
Was it
corner.
Norris? Oh,
What?
oh yeah, yeah, I can't remember.
It was on sign. It
Um,
was on signs of Leclerc. I'm pretty sure. But
yeah,
no, no, no. Fuck, I don't remember who it was on. But anyway, he like swerved right to the inside. Whoever was in front, I'm pretty sure it might have been Norris actually. Defended like a motherfucker. Hamilton
yeah,
cuts all the way back right to the complete opposite side of the track,
on the
goes around, and
outside,
then
yeah.
yeah, and then hooks it straight to the inside and takes him on the corner. It was beautiful.
And he, at the same time, he sort of fended off Verstappen in doing that too. He pushed him right off track, which sort of halted his progress for a bit of the race. Yeah, that was a beautiful start from Hamilton. Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about Hamilton real quick. He had a fucking banger of a race, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He
until fucking out at the end of it.
Yeah, so I mean, spoiler alert. Nah, some of the battles that he got into a battle with, it was either Leclerc or Lando. I'm pretty sure it was Lando, just around like the last sector of the track. He still got it. He still got it. He was pulling off some pretty big brain
Yeah,
moves.
you can clearly tell he's still got it. But he's a
Yeah.
fucking just whinger, man. He doesn't stop
Yeah.
bitching.
It's the
I don't
tires.
get it.
He complains about the tires. I mean, everyone was having a bit of a whinge this race, right?
Verstappen was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you hear him just
Don't fucking
losing it
talk to
at
me in the
his fucking
braking.
yeah.
Poor
Non-stop that
guy.
as soon as they come on the radio, he's just like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I mean, I would be too, to be fair. If you're like in this tense braking part of the track and you've got some guy going, "This is the strategy," you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, bro. I'm trying to drive."
Yeah, apparently he had lots of problems with his braking too.
He still won the race, but
He was
yeah,
screaming. Yeah,
yeah.
but honestly, if there was another lap left of that race, I think Hamilton would have got him.
Hamilton, yeah, for
He
sure. He had quicker
Hamilton
pace for
was
sure.
on his ass at the end of that, and I think the only reason he's won was because he lapped Joe and got DRS
Yeah,
off him.
that threw a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of catching up. But no, you're 100% right. If there was another lap, Hamilton, he probably would have got him. Probably two laps, one lap
Mm,
for just pure battling, I reckon. It would have been good to see, but I mean, unfortunately, Verstappen's just too good.
yeah, and then
But
it doesn't
yeah.
even matter anyway because both what Hamilton, Leclerc
Oh,
have been disqualified because of their floor panels being fucking too big or something.
I've got I've got the FIA document here. I'll just read it out real quick. It doesn't make sense to me, but apparently after the race, an FIA representative goes around and sort of inspects the cars, just like how they weigh the drivers
Mm.
and stuff. They also check the cars out. And during a plank check, um, it just says here, I'm going to read it verbatim. A physical flaw and a plank wear inspection was carried out on car numbers 16 and 44, which is Leclerc and Hamilton, obviously. The skids located in the area are found to be not in compliance with Article 3.5.9E of the Formula One technical regulations. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what a skid is.
Lots of big words for basically the car not being up to spec.
Yeah, let me
That's
look
kind
that
of the
up.
deal I got with it. Um, so yeah, well, Hamilton, Leclerc out, Norris gets promoted to second, and who got third? Is it Signs?
Um, you'd think we'd know. Hey,
I just watched the race too because
I'm
um
so tired. My memory's shocking today.
well because I like at the end of the race it was Hamilton and Norris.
Can I
Yeah,
be honest with
Max
you? It was
Norris and Signs.
signs. Can I be
Yeah.
honest with you?
Yeah.
At at lap 20, I fell asleep. and I woke back up on like lap 45, and I was like, oh, right. I fell asleep, man. I was tired. Um,
It was a bit of a boring race, but there's a lot of interesting results that came out of it.
there
Lance
are,
Stroll,
yes.
the
Yes!
fucking seventh place from like 18th on the grid.
Not bad,
What the
man.
fuck is that?
I wanted to talk about this. I was impressed. I mean, it's widely known that Aston Martin is a complete and utter shitbox, and they just struggle to upgrade that thing all the time. But hey, they both started from the pit lane. Alonso sent it up to P9, and
And
Stroll, you
DNF.
say, yeah, P7. I was so upset, honestly. Oh my God, man.
What
In
is?
my opinion, should have won Driver of the Day. It was
Yeah, he had a great
incredible.
race. Even though I think he hit Ricardo at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, because Ricardo had a bunch
Yeah.
of debris he had to pull off his car. And I think it was from Stroll.
Yeah, I've got that
Um,
here. AlphaTauri removing a huge piece of debris from Ricardo's car. Oh yeah, damage caused by
hmm.
contact with Stroll.
So
Yeah.
even with his impressive performance, see the thing is, like a broken clock can be right twice a day. He is
Yeah.
still fucking shit. Like he is not a great driver.
Well, he puts in a good
He's
drive, but he's still always got to give content for Rocket Powered Mohawk. You've got to give something for his
yeah,
video.
exactly.
Mm.
Like he's clearly all right. He's he's pretty shit. Like he's
Yeah.
not very fucking good. Lawrence
No.
Stroll is just contemplating fucking murdering the whole team now because they started off the year looking like, oh yeah, we're gonna beat Red Bull at some point this year. They were the second best team for like half the season. And
Yeah,
now they're
I
like, it's so strange how they went from so rock solid at the start of the year to like a backfield, midfield marker.
I I'll be honest, I hopped on the Aston Martin hype train at the start of the year. Um
Fuck yeah, you
uh
because Alonso was getting podiums, especially around Monaco when it looked like he was going to get on pole, and then Verstappen decided to pull fucking 2 tenths out of his ass in two corners.
yeah, for sure. I was so happy. I hopped on the Aston Martin hype train, Alonso, fuck yeah. And it baffles me how you can drop off like they did. Like, I remember at the start of the year, there was all this speculation, not even speculation, news that Lawrence Stroll was spending all this cash building super factories and just pumping money, directly piping it into the arse of Aston Martin to make it
Mm,
front runner championship contending team. And
in the next couple of
frankly, it's
years.
embarrassing how hard they've dropped off. And they've got Fernando Alonso, who is arguably somehow still in his prime, and he's just going to
Yeah.
waste. He's just going to waste, and it sucks because he's fantastic and he deserves better.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now he's talking shit about them all the time. So I don't know.
Yeah,
What's the plan? Perez
I
had an
don't
all right
know.
race. He didn't really fuck up at all.
Yeah, look, I give it to Perez. He had a pretty decent race. To me, he's not totally redeemed. I was happy for him though. At
No,
least
no
he
way.
didn't embarrass himself. But yeah,
No.
it's a long road ahead to redeem yourself from the past couple of races.
Mm. And
Yeah.
get this right. Double
Hmm.
Williams points finish.
Yeah, after post-race penalties, both Alex and Logan have been promoted to P9 and 10. Logan's first ever points in F1. That's sick.
On home
I don't.
soil.
He
Albon had a
annoys me,
banger
but
of a race.
yeah, he did, didn't he?
Albon was shit hot. He had a fucking great race.
He did have a great race. Well, now he's got some points to go along with that.
Yeah, what
Um,
else? Sonoda had a good race.
Sucks
Finally
for
getting more than
Piastri.
1 point. Yeah, DNF. What was it from?
It's just from damage with Ocon, it seems.
Yeah,
They
right. I didn't
collided at
see
the
it. I
start.
Yeah, right.
and it seemed like so Ocon they collided. Ocon's side pod was completely torn open, and it just seemed like
I did see that. Yeah.
um yeah, the McLaren had like a hydraulic issue because of that. But yeah,
So they just DNF'd it. And why did Alonso DNF? I completely missed that. I just saw it happened at one point in the race.
he said on the radio, oh my God, what was it? I believe it was another hydraulic issue. He DNF'd. It was obvious. It was definitely a mechanical failure, but yeah, I can't remember the exact specifics of it. But yeah, it was a mechanical error. Um,
Yeah.
mechanical failure. Um,
It's a
speaking of
bit of a
Williams,
goofy
though,
race all around.
yeah, a bit of a goofy race. What else? Yeah, so actually that brings the gap down for second in the championship. It would have been 19 points, but now I believe it's 39 points between Hamilton and Perez for second place in the championship. What do you reckon's going to happen? Got four more races left.
I would like to see Hamilton get second. He
Yeah.
has look, honestly, I'm fucking sick of him outside of driving. I hate listening to the guy.
Yeah, he
But he
says
has
some
been
funny
like
shit.
he started off the season. I know he looked like he was kind of in that point where when like elderly drivers get to that point, not elderly, but like drivers. He's fucking pretty old actually. He's nearly 40.
I think he's the
But
second oldest on the grid.
yeah, so like he's at that point where like he's won all the world championships. He's tied with the most ever. Um, what was going on out there? Sorry, I have to cut that out.
No, you're good. Keep
What
going.
was I saying?
Yeah, he's won all the
What was I
championships.
saying?
He's
Yeah,
tied with
he's won all the
Schumacher.
championships, tied to Schumacher, 40, nearly 40 years old. You'd think he'd be getting to the point of like where Vettel got to, where like he's really just kind of he's racing and he's still competitive because of how fucking good he is, but
Yeah.
he's sort of checked out.
Yeah.
And I feel like recently he has just been putting in a shit hot effort.
Yeah, he really
He's been
has.
driving
Especially with that
so far.
car.
Yeah,
That
just
car doesn't
he's
know
just
what it
been
is.
and he still hates the car, which is
Yeah,
fucking
well
crazy to me.
it's tried to be a Red Bull, it's tried to be a Mercedes, and now they've got this Frankenstein of machinery, and you've got poor
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton that's A, he has to fucking put up with George Russell's bullshit, and B, he has to drive
Yeah.
this piece of shit car, and C, he has to impress Toto Wolff, and D, he has to say some goofy shit every weekend. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hard world being Lewis Hamilton, but I don't know,
And then
man.
you
I
cop a
think
$50,000 fine, and then you get your podium taken away from you. But I
how's
feel like
this
he
right?
deserves to come at least second because he's been fucking great.
Well, he said he's still got that drive. He said there's drivers that, what am I trying to say here? I believe he said that he's got that drive to win more championships. It's not gone just yet.
Yeah,
So
he's not done.
yeah, he's not done. He's not done at all. But speaking of the fine, right? Apparently the FIA wants to increase the price of fines to 1 million euros.
What?
Yeah, so Kevin Magnussen was saying, "Oh, it sounds ridiculous, Charles Leclerc can just sell his watch, but for him, like $1 million a fine will destroy him." Find that a bit bullshit. Like you're
Yeah,
an F1 driver, man.
yeah, but there's still
Surely
guys
get some
like
cash.
Yuki's only making, oh, I say only like he's fucking broke and selling his body on the street, but he's only making like 1 or 2 mil a year.
Oh no. Yeah.
If you cop one fine, that's half your wage gone. Like, and
You
then
gotta
on top
sell
of all
your
the tax you got to
house.
pay, yeah, on top of all the tax you got to pay, $1 million is pretty ridiculous for what? Walking across the track? Get fucked.
He's got to fucking hop out of the car mid-race and help clean up the
Hmm.
debris. He's working for the marshals, so now
Yeah.
he's got to pay off the bills.
What what can he do? Like, what would happen if they just went, "Nah, I'm not paying that." Like, what can the
Yeah, I
FIA
don't
really
know.
do if all the drivers just went, "I'm not paying it"? What are they going to get another driver?
I don't
Like
know. Like,
uh, they're doing dumb. The FIA is just, I don't know. It seems like it's ran by a bunch of
very uninformed and incompetent people.
it
like,
always is.
like the fucking nerve of these people to go, "Oh, we're gonna charge you $1 million if you decide to walk across a track." Fuck off. They're the same
Uh,
dickheads that said they're gonna board up the windows at the Las Vegas hotels during the
they're
fucking
just
Grand Prix.
they're just shit posters incarnate in real people. It's
Yeah, they're
incredible.
just the amount of like greed these fucking people have in
Formula
thinking they're
One
above. Oh man, it's
is the
shocking
most
to
greedy organization in sport, I reckon. Up there with FIFA,
yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah, 100%. But to just have the nerve to go, we're going to charge you $1 million if you do not do what we like.
Yeah, a
They're
million
going to
bucks is
lose all the
pretty stiff.
drivers. And like,
Yeah.
what, like, for what? Like $1 million in your pocket? You're going to make that on a race weekend.
Here's a question. Formula One, do they own some sort of patent? Because Formula One is like a set of regulations for a car. It's not the name of a brand. Well, yes, it is, but what I'm trying to say is Formula One is like NASCAR. That's the specifications to which your car need to fit in is the Formula One specification.
Mm.
That's why they've got Formula Two, because the Formula Two specifications. What I'm trying to say is could there be some sort of rival organization that uses the same sort of specifications but just is branded differently, sort of like a competitor. Like you know how WWE had like
Yeah.
WCW and shit like that?
It never works out though. It
Nah,
never
never.
works out.
I
It's
wonder if
just
they
too
own the
difficult.
patent
It's
on that.
too difficult to get up and running. I doubt it. I'm sure another organization could come along and be like, "Oh yeah, we're the best single seat open wheel race cars in the world."
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the amount of just like history Formula One has, you can't
Yeah.
just replace it and put it in a new org.
No offense to
Like people have
IndyCar,
tried,
but
it
like
just never works out.
you give a fuck who the IndyCar championship is compared to the champion is compared to the Formula One champion? I mean, I don't.
No, no,
It's
not
not
at all.
really on the top of my priority list to watch IndyCar. I respect it.
No, but
Seems fun,
there's
but
people that follow IndyCar far more than they follow Formula One.
almost
Like it's just
exclusively, I'm
what it is.
sure. But for me, Formula One, like you said, it's just got that prestige. It's got that name. It's
Yeah,
Formula One.
yeah. Like it is the pinnacle of racing. There's no better
Yeah.
cars, no faster cars. The drivers are all fucking weirdos, but what do you expect?
Ah, what else have we got to talk? Oh, good old Ferrari strategy in the race. Ferrari
Yeah.
strategy. Leclerc actually came out and said 2 days ago, he says he gave up trying to understand Ferrari's form a long time ago. And I think that is so sad.
Oh man, you can
Uh,
just hear the soul leaving his body. Like
I feel so
he's got
sorry for that guy.
yeah, and now he's just getting it out through his piano.
Yeah.
He's
The
writing these
most
songs detailing
emotional,
his heartbreak.
yeah.
Fucking ballad
Oh.
like piano songs, and now he's just like, God, get me out of this fucking. The car looks great. The drivers are
Oh,
shit hot. Ferrari just has absolutely no clue what they're doing. It is
just when
ridiculous how
you
incompetent they are.
just when you lose hope in Ferrari, that's when they come back. Ugh, I think
Yeah,
everyone's
but like
lost
they
all
always
hope.
manage to keep you along. They just
Yeah.
manage to keep you along. But like, how do you make so many bad calls? Enough bad calls that when a bad strategy happens, it's referred to as a Ferrari strategy.
I don't know. They're just synonymous with clownery. It's fucked, man. It's so
It's so
funny.
funny. Like I don't understand how you can stuff up that badly.
But I mean, hats off to the Red Bull strategist. I know, I don't know her name, but she had a massive big brain moment with her strategy on the fly, sort of fending off the McLaren using an overcut. They were just on the ball during the race with their strategy. They honestly, Red Bull has just poached everyone that knows what they're doing from the Formula One talent pool, and they've just put them all together in
Yeah.
this crazy team. Jesus Christ, they're so
Yeah.
good.
The level they operate at is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like they don't stuff up. They don't make mistakes. And if they make mistakes, they correct it real quick. They don't fuck around going, "Oh, we'll just stick with it." If they know
Did
they
you
did something wrong, they're onto it. Like,
did you see did you see Verstappen do a little 360 in practice?
yeah.
Flipping around
Just manage just
everywhere.
yeah, and then just brings it back and continues driving like nothing happened.
Yeah. And Hannah Schmidt is her name. Yeah, she's an excellent strategist. Got some really good strategies. What else we got here? What else? What other news have we got? Um, what's this? Oh yeah, Red Bull has pretty much perfected their 2024 car. Oh, what did you think of the new liveries this weekend? Did you see
The
them?
Red Bull one kind of looked a bit boring. I didn't really look at any of the others.
I think they look pretty stupid. They were just all the same sort of livery, just the American flag pasted onto the black,
Yeah,
to the back.
what they should have what they should have done is just Photoshop a Chevy with an obese man drinking Bud Light in the fucking driver's seat with a stock photo bald eagle on the front of the fucking wing. It would have been far better.
Have you seen those
It
photos
would have
that
been
have been
far
done
better than
up?
any other fucking livery.
Have you seen when they've done up photos of F1 drivers as truck drivers? And they're just like
No.
insanely obese versions of them. They should have just pasted them onto the car.
Yeah, literally. It would have looked far better than whatever they got going on here.
Oh, the
I'm really
Americans are
curious too if
insane.
do you reckon Red Bull will have the same livery next
Yeah, it's pretty iconic.
year? Yeah, but it isn't.
Y-
It's fucking ugly.
You reckon?
I don't like it. I reckon it's not the bad like the worst looking car, but it's not great.
I prefer the AlphaTauri one, to
Ferra-
be honest.
Ferrari and Mercedes have the best looking cars, in my opinion.
You know what? Fuck all the liveries. If I want one thing to happen, if they bring back the silver McLaren, that's it. That'll be the greatest
What
livery.
the Vodafone McLaren?
Yes. Bring that back. I reckon that
Yeah,
is
that
top three liveries. I love that livery. None of this papaya shit. Get that out of there. They have a shocking livery this year, McLaren does. I reckon it's
hmm.
horrid. Bring back that
Yeah, the
Vodafone
Google
livery.
wheels. No, it's not it.
It's gross, man. It's like the typical Android
It's
fucking car. Ah. Oh, how's this right? Apple wants to buy the streaming rights to Formula One. Did you see
yeah,
that?
isn't that worth like $1 billion or
They want to
something
pay 2 billion per
just for the
year
streaming rights
for the stream. I don't
per
blame them. Like,
year?
yeah, reportedly creating a $2 billion a year offer for the global streaming rights to Formula One. Insane, man.
What is Apple? What is Apple's deal with just wasting money?
Well, they've
They
got it
pump
all.
so much money. They pump so much money into stupid shit.
Um, F1 in total brought in like nearly 2.6 billion last year. Apple offering 2 billion per year is absolutely insane. If this is true, then there is zero shot. They say no. crazy.
See what
So much
happens.
money.
At least it'd be an easier way to watch F1 in Australia other than fucking KO, where they make you spend $30 a
Oh
month.
man, I'm on KO now. I had to buy it a couple of weeks ago.
Hmm.
It's expensive. Yeah, but it's pretty
It is
convenient, you know.
expensive, man. I mean, you can watch every sport on it pretty much, but like, why doesn't F1 have a streaming, like anything in Australia?
I don't know.
The only race we get for free
Hmm.
is the Australian Grand Prix on Channel 10.
Yeah, what do I?
Everything else you have to pay for. It is stupid. And
Pretty
you
dumb.
can't get fucking F1 TV here.
Not until recently, you used to be able to. Well, you had to jump through a
Oh
couple of
man.
loopholes, but yeah.
That is
Ah,
the
well.
most backwater fucking just idiotic thing they could have done. Why would you
It's
isolate the amount of people that will watch you race?
You've got two Australian drivers on the grid. You've got one of the most popular
Yeah.
tracks on the calendar is the Australian GP, but for some reason you make it ridiculously hard to watch Formula One without paying an arm and a leg. Like, what?
Oh, it is just
Can't believe
ran
it.
by a bunch of. It is ran by a bunch of window lickers.
Totally
They
kiss.
they they got nothing else going for
Bring back Michael Massey. Bring back Nicholas Latifi.
them.
That's the last
Honestly, just
great days of Formula One.
yeah, the greatest moment in Formula One history has already happened. It's never topping that.
We're talking about
Do
conspiracies.
you
That's the one.
do do you reckon he knew what he was doing?
Who, Michael
Do you
Massey?
reckon? Yeah, do you reckon he's like, I'm not going to make it past this season. Do I just make this fun?
I'm already on my way out. I made some stupid fucking decisions. Why not? Why not end it all with a bang? I love to think that that was what he did. I love to think he somehow personally contacted Nicholas Latifi and he's like, hey, Latifi, listen, I need you to do me a favor. You know when I helped you move last week? I need you to fucking send it into the wall for me. I'd love to believe that. Uh, what's he doing now? Is it endurance racing,
he's
isn't he?
the no, he's the head of the V8 in Australia.
No, he's not really.
Yeah,
What the
he's in
fuck?
our he's in our homeland. We can go visit
Oh
him.
my
Oh,
god, where is he?
speaking of stuff we can visit, you were talking to
Yeah.
me about how there's a COVID-19 Wuhan clinic around the corner from your house.
Yeah, apparently there's a level 4 biological lab like 10 minutes from my house. And the loony fuck that I was talking to at work seems to think that they're housing biological weapons there. He's like, I'm gonna go down one day and have a look. Ah.
Do you reckon
I'm
if you
like,
put on a
no.
lab coat and tried hard enough, you could just walk through it and be let in?
It's put like high vis and yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
chuck a lab coat on and some glasses and hold a clipboard and
Hmm.
they'll just let me walk in there.
Maybe
Oh
that's
my
where they hold
god.
Michael Massey.
Just got him
Oh,
chained up.
speaking of built in a lab,
Yeah.
Max Verstappen is he's something different, right? Now,
Yeah.
I was talking to Brandon earlier today. What's the correlation between autism and child abuse leading to success in later life? Like,
Pull up the
I
statistics.
don't know. All right, statistics. Perfectionism is a common trait among people on the autism spectrum.
Oh my
Now,
god.
for anyone that like Max Verstappen, he's a lot of things, but he is a perfectionist. Outside of racing, what does he do?
Right.
He fucking does more racing. He is
Yeah.
obsessed with being the best possible driver. Proof one. Proof two. Now, I've got some things about does traumatic childhoods create high achieving adults? Turns out, right?
Yeah.
A study conducted in November of last year detailed a study of 400 extraordinarily high achievers. When researchers looked at their lives, they found 75% of them had suffered critical childhood challenges, perhaps better classified
Oh,
as traumas, including the loss of a parent, severe poverty, or abuse.
I mean, he lost both his
Coincidence?
parents when he was left at the gas station, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, it's all
Verstappen
lining
looks
up.
like, yeah, here's the other thing. Verstappen might be like a modern day Superman. We don't know the full story of his birth. He could have
No.
been genetically altered, modified in a lab by Jos Verstappen because that guy is fucking weird. I
He
would
is.
not put it past him to be mingling shit in a lab to make a perfect, just breeding the perfect sloth looking race car driver.
Yeah, just mixing high octane petrol and sloth DNA.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
The
Come out
the
like
other
Max
theory I
Verstappen.
had, the other theory I had was Verstappen is the last in a long line. Zoom have decided to nuke our broadcast and
Yep,
sell
they
our
took us
data to
off
the
the air.
Chinese. The
They took us off
useless
the
pricks.
air.
Just as I was getting into my tangent about, all right,
What were we saying? Can
there
we
are 8
rehash what we were
different
saying?
all right, Max Verstappen is the perfect mixture of
Yeah.
autism and child abuse, creating a world champion race car driver.
Ah,
Now,
yes, there we
Jos,
were.
yeah, all right. Now, if you don't believe me about him being victim to child abuse, there's obviously the whole story of his dad leaving him at a gas station.
No, I don't.
But there's also, like, if you doubt Jos Verstappen isn't a great person,
No, yeah.
he
He's
once went to
definitely a bit of a
jail for
nut.
attempted murder for running over his ex-wife.
Wait, what?
Yes,
Are you
Jos
serious?
Verstappen. Yes, he was in prison for 5 years.
What the fuck? Well, let me look
Yeah.
this up. Jos Verstappen crimes. What the fuck, man?
Yes, Jos Verstappen has gotten himself in trouble with the Dutch authorities on multiple occasions. In 1998, the Dutchman was imprisoned for 5 years after he and his father got into a brawl at a karting track. They were found guilty in a court of assault after the man suffered a fractured skull due to the altercation. The former F1 driver was also found guilty of threatening Max Verstappen's mother. They split up in 2008, and he was found guilty of threatening the 2 times champion's mother and violating a restraining order.
What a fucking prick. Oh my god.
And in 2012, he drove over his ex-wife.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'm just looking at that now. Attempted murder. Bro, just chill,
Now,
chill out.
so clearly, Jos Verstappen is a little bit loony, and he would do a lot of things.
He's not winning
Now,
Father of the Year,
no. Now, everyone knows that there was an advanced civilization before humanity ever existed.
naturally.
I think the Verstappen line
Yeah.
is a remnant from those lost civilizations.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Like some ancient DNA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Verstappen
gotcha.
has got something else going on in him that just isn't human.
I
Or he's
agree.
either that or the perfect mix of autistic and child abuse.
Well, see, that's that you've got polar opposites there. That's naturally either one or the other. There's no in between. You're either an alien or you're autistic.
And what one do you think he is?
I think he's a bit of both, to be honest.
That's
An
what I
autistic
mean.
alien.
Yeah, he's not fucking human. The guy looks like a sloth. He looks
What
like
does
he's a member of another version. He looks like a Neanderthal, really.
I present another theory? You've just mentioned it there. What if they, okay, Antarctica. All right. Group of scientists go on a mission to Antarctica. They discover this frozen body encased in ice. Turns out it's
Hmm.
Max Verstappen. They unfreeze him, they thaw him out, they tell him this whole backstory. They say, oh, yeah, this is his dad, this is his family. But on the side, behind the curtains, they teach him one thing: raking. They tell him,
Racing.
fucking grab this wheel and just go nuts. And for the age of 1 to 16 or whatever, that's all he does. That's my theory. He just
Yeah.
masters it.
While his dad
Verstappen.
beats him.
Yeah, oh yeah, simultaneously. Oh,
Oh,
that's a
Jos
great
Verstappen,
theory.
why'd you run over your wife, you piece of shit? But yeah,
Jos
that's kind of my thing.
Verstappen.
I think Max Verstappen is the perfect breed of autism and child abuse. Jos
Yes.
Verstappen is a piece of shit, and it would not surprise me if he bred Verstappen in a lab.
Yeah. Uh, to be fair though,
And
Max Verstappen seems like a pretty nice guy, to be honest, considering all the shit that he's had to go through.
yeah, like it's amazing how normal he comes across,
Yeah, he's
considering his
definitely got that
circumstances.
fucking a bit of that monster in him, but not monster. When I say monster, I don't mean like piece of shit. I just mean like determination. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
he honestly seems like a pretty chill guy, pretty humble guy. You know,
yeah, he doesn't
it's good.
care about much else other than racing. And
I
I think
respect
that's
that.
why he's so much better than everyone at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. He lives and
Because
breathes
like
racing.
a lot of these guys have stuff outside of it. Like you look, especially during the summer break, you look at like what everyone was up to. They were all on yachts and shit. They were all going around slinging dick.
Yeah, well, Hamilton, I know for a fact. You know, he started his own clothing line with Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah. But
He's
what
into
was
fashion.
Verstappen doing? He's just in his room racing. There's
It's
a
like one of
reason
those
he's so
Russian
freaking
kids
good.
that play CS:GO 24/7.
Yeah, or League of Legends.
Yeah, he's a
League of Legends
fucking.
requires a special type of autist.
I reckon. See, Verstappen's the type of guy that if you say, "Hey, man, play this game. I want you to get good at it," he will do it, and he'll become brilliant at the game. I reckon he can be good at anything he wants to. I reckon he's got that sort of personality to him.
Mm. Well, I reckon that's a great point to end it on. Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen, autistic alien. Jos Verstappen, attempted murderer. Nicholas Latifi, God incarnate. Michael Massey, greatest racing or greatest FIA director of all time.
And led to perhaps the greatest moment in Formula One history. We will
Well,
be back next week.
what's next week? We have a race
Next
next
week. I
week?
don't think we have a race next week. I think we got a week off.
No, Mexico GP, right?
20. Oh, you're
Mexico
right.
GP.
4 days.
I
Sergio
hate that
Perez's
track.
last race before Helmut Marko puts a hit out on him.
Hey, quick question. What was Helmut Marko doing between 1939 and 1945?
Sea of Skunks.